A lot of big companies in the pet food business, they have an R&D department. They hire lots of people. They hire consultants to come in and help them design new products, design firms.
Right.
And it's a lot of work. In your case, you have a store and you're selling product out of store, but it's also your R&D center.
Right.
You were making new products, you're putting them on
Right.
the shelf, you're seeing if people wanted to buy them.
Right.
And then for the ones that were really selling well, such as this or
Right.
this,
Right.
then you would scale them up,
Yeah.
put them into packaging,
Right.
and then go wholesale.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Customer
Right.
intimacy is the key.
It's interesting. There's a good point in that. Like, so we were hand doing everything, and so
Yes.
a lot of the time, maybe Rob was at the cash register, and I would be making something, or I would be there, and Rob would be making something. But we're hand stamping thing, and one of the things we learned is that people like small treats, and
Yes.
so they were the hardest to make because you'd have to make a zillion of them, and we're just stamping them out. But that was something that we learned, and after the fact, we'd develop a mold that was made that was like the perfect size treat that we thought based on what our customer feedback had been.
Yes, and I remember that the oven
Yes.
was like right behind that door.
That's right.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
in this
For a
space.
number, and the counter was right here,
Right. That's
right.
and
Yeah.
every day or every other day there'd be something new and innovative on the shelf, and
Yep.
Right.
people were coming in and
Right.
and picking and choosing, and it
Yep.
was a very interesting way to do product, the best
Yeah.
way to do product
Right.
development. They can now call that prototyping or lean design.
Right.
But it's just
right.
very, very close to their customers, trying new things and seeing what works and then
Yeah.
scaling.
When, going back to the store as sort of like the built-in R&D lab, it's right, because we'll talk to a customer and the customer will be like, well, my dog doesn't really like this, or he likes this, or I heard this, or I heard that, right? So because we were here all the time, we're taking in all this information, we're sort of saying, okay, we see the industry moving in this direction, we see other products on the shelves that are available to us that might have meat as the first ingredient. At the time, our first product was a cookie, it was a biscuit, right? It was
Yes.
flour-based.
Yes.
And we're watching the sort of movement in the pet food and pet snack industry to move more towards like a grain-free alternative and a meat-first, option. So we're like, okay, well that makes sense, say from a biological and physiological standpoint, but also makes sense from our standpoint as being a manufacturer. And we're small enough and nimble enough that we can say to ourselves, right, we're going to invest in this equipment, and rather than buying it from person A and selling it, we're just going to create it ourselves and sell it. Right. So, we did have some blueprints and some structure of products that we were trying to imitate with our creations, with the things that we were developing. But we were also really trying to sort of take that and as we've done more recently, I think, keep innovating, keep being on the front side of that wave. So, now we're using a lot of waste stream products and what we're calling co-products, sustainable co-products,
Yes.
which are basically sort of like the throwaways from other industries in the human food industry.